and welcome, bienvenidos, ataquiendo, de famicioso, de Pigliopolis. I'm your host, Eric. Today, I'm going to be live streaming in the elegant and gentle art of Morse code. As you see, I've got my Morse code thing here. And I just have one message for you, okay? Just one message. Dot, dot, dash, dash, dot, dot, dash. I hope you get what I'm saying. Dot, dot, dash, 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 dot, dot, dash. Oh, yeah, I went there. I'm crazy like that. I'm unpredictable. Eric, you can't say that, not even in Morse code. Maybe you misunderstood my Morse code. I was actually Morse coding in Braille. That's the truth of the matter. So you wouldn't be able to understand it. Braille Morse code has a different alphabet than regular Morse code. Hi, G. How you doing? Well. I got a reasonable amount of stuff done today. Decent amount. Didn't get a ton of eBay stuff done, but I did get some. Then I worked on music for a little while, which obviously is not what I need to be doing right now. But I don't regret it because I got that missing clavichord part completed. So that's worth something. But then I did the big job of the day. I mowed the hill. I didn't quite finish because, oh my God, it's absolutely backbreaking. It's like, the hill's quite steep in spots. Trying to push a lawnmower up a super steep hill that's also super slippery because it's got these little wheat weeds, you know. They've got that smooth golden brown stalk, and your feet just slip right on them. It was quite an ordeal, but I mostly got the hill done. I put in a good amount of time. I worked for a very long time, and then I took a break, and then I worked for a little while longer, and then I just ran out of gas. It was like, all right, this has been great exercise. I've enjoyed it. It makes me feel good. Sweat a bunch. Got a lot done, but I don't think I got any lawnmower pushes in my arms or the rest of my body. So I called it a day on the lawnmower, and I said, listen, Eric, you go inside that house and you take a shower. And I did, and it felt wonderful. Yeah, I've been a busy boy. Busy boy. But it feels like pretty big progress to get so much of the hill done. I've got just a few outside things to do, you know. I gotta take out the pond, gotta mow the hill, I gotta pressure wash and or blow off the leaves from the driveway and stuff. And I've got to pressure wash the house. That's about it for outside stuff. We got the electrical outlets fixed. I got the pest inspection. I need to have another couple dump runs probably, or at least one more dump run. More like two. More like two, realistically. I had so many burrs from mowing the hill. I was just covered head to toe in burrs. But I took all those burr covered clothes off. And I said, listen, self, you're going to do something different today. You're going to not be covered in burrs. So I got all the burrs off. A lot of them before I got in the shower, and then the rest of them in the shower. I feel pretty refreshed. Oh, that's right. I got a sweet and sour chicken in the microwave. I already cooked it. It beeped a second ago. I gotta go eat it. It is crazy to think. It is less than 2 weeks till I drive across country in a U-Haul with all of our stuff and towing the car behind me. It is crazy to think that. It makes me have a feeling of a rush of adrenaline. Hey there, Jam, I'm a Bashir. Jam, I'm a Bashir. Hey there, beautiful soul. It's just a reminder to always be kind to yourself. You're so beautiful. May God bless you always. Much love. Well, thanks, Jam. I'm a Bashir. I am not always very kind to myself, but I'm getting a little less mean to myself these days. Mostly, I guess, because I'm doing a much better job of living. But likewise to you, Jam, I'm a Bashir. I've got a Morse code message for you. Dot, dot, dash, 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 dot, dash, 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 dot. What does that mean? It means the gray fox went inside the house. All right, let's go eat my sweet and sour chicken. How do you say sweet and sour chicken in Morse code? Like this. Just like that. Yeah, I'm an expert in Morse code. Just like I'm an expert in sign language. A lot of people are offended by my identity as a fake deaf person. But I tell them, hey, I can give you everything a real deaf person can. Plus, I do the voice better. All right, let's see. You can't Morse code yourself a hearty meal. Nope. There are limits to Morse code, you guys. No, you can't do absolutely everything in life in Morse code. I know. It's the coolest way to communicate. You're not wrong. You are not wrong about that. But sometimes there are things more important than being cool, okay? That's why, as a backup, sometimes I communicate by a semaphore. What's semaphore? Well, it's those flags. They have different meanings depending on how you hold the flags. Familiar with that? Sometimes called the best thing since smoke signals. Semaphore was invented by the French, who had a succession of large, tall towers that they could see each other from to send messages long distance. Lord of the Rings style. Well, you know what they say. I think you do. They say, fuck me in the ass and call me Tuesday. Because someone's stealing my biscuits. Let's bring the chat up on the big screen. Rachel seemed a little demoralized earlier when I told her we're likely to have to repack stuff before we actually get it all in the van. Maybe not. I'm not really sure, but what am I looking for? Right, the live stream. Boy, whew. That's some manual labor. that I was doing up there. That's how I won the Nobel Prize in manual labor. Yeah, I'm leaving for New York on the 20th. It's already the 9th. All right, well, that's good. I understand full well how demoralizing that can be. I did a lot of work more than once because I didn't have great TE about it. Yeah, they're gonna ride in the cabin with us. We took them to the vet and got them rabies shots, got them sedatives for the flight. I still need to order the right size cat carriers. That's what I hear about it on other times. Also hear that it's a hell of a town. No, gee, we're not going to train or acclimatize them. They hate going in cat carriers. We're just going to try to minimize the trauma as much as possible. Put them in right before we go, and we will have them sedated. And it gives enough to give them a second dose if need be. Yeah, we're going to sedate them. We got gabapentin and tramadol, one of those two. Well, let me tell you, just taking him to the vet was quite an ordeal. Trouble peed in his carrier. Capillo meowed the entire way from our house to Merced, just over and over and over again. They do not like being put in cat carriers at all. Yeah, we gotta buy them. Because the ones we have are much too big. They have a maximum carrier size limit. So we're gonna have to buy new ones. Unfortunately, in other times, the cats are not being prescribed fun drugs. Gabapentin, not a fun drug. Tramadol, also not a fun drug, but whichever one it is. It was a dusty job too. I've got a lot of sneezes going on because got sold, huh? All right. Fair enough. I guess I don't really need to print the shipping label right this second. I'll print later. Hi, Winston's mom. Trazodone. Wow. When you get a really good workout and you're sweating your ass off, breathing hard, your heart's pounding because there's so much exertion, it really makes you feel good afterwards. Hmm. Hmm. My heart is full of tenderness. My head is full of wisdom. Oh, Jesus. Makes me feel like Wheezy from the Jeffersons. Okay, I think it's time to pull the ball. It's also time to turn on the air conditioning if it's not on. I'm not sure about that. Well, where I am, Rachel, the weather's, I'd say, fairly hot, but not blazing hot. Just fairly hot. How's the weather over there in the bedroom? Alright, I'll turn it on. Well, let me pull a couple bongers first. Yeah, well, seems like you and I are getting the same weather, despite being in different parts of the house. So, I think the decision is clear. Yes, I will turn on the air conditioning. They really should have called it a cooler. Air conditioning. You're not conditioning it. You're just making it colder. More ways of being conditioned. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, you do. You totally know what I'm saying. So I got some different looking Adderall this time. They gave me these round pink pills. It kind of feels like it hits a little different, but it's hard to say. That stuff can easily be psychosomatic. So I watched a video, Rachel watched it with me, in fact, about bricks and minifigs today. Apparently, the Salem, Oregon Police Department submitted the case file to the district attorney there, recommending that they bring criminal charges against either Brandon Best or Josh Johnson, I think. But not all the police departments are just blindly siding with scam and McTheft. That's good. It's not always psychosomatic. True. I've heard I've heard that there definitely can be differences in what is purportedly the same medication depending on who manufactures it. And somebody pointed out wisely to me, like, Well, who do you think's actually checking to make sure that it's exactly the same? Uh, I don't know. Maybe nobody. Maybe some government agency, but maybe not. Of course, I doubt it's substantially adulterated because that would be incurring too much potential liability for a drug manufacturer. Nevertheless, nevertheless, is it possible to look up your Adderall? We know it's pink. What letters and numbers are currently inside? Let's see. They're a pink circle with a cross top, and it says E345. Pink circle pill with a cross on top, and E345 on it. Cross tops. When I was in middle school, people used to sometimes get cross tops, which was speed, but maybe it was just Adderall all the time. Who knows? Capital E, Winston's mom. Capital E. I guess it's just turned itself off or what? Hey, buddy, don't turn yourself off. You wait for me to turn you off. All right? All right, there. Now it's working. Got my mouse without borders working again. When I think about actually packing up the U-Haul and going across country, I get this little jolt of adrenaline slash this metallic taste under my tongue when something big's gonna happen, you know. Did I get that? I've always gotten that. Like when I'm about to fly or something. Moving certainly qualifies as big. Yeah, on the other side, there's just a cross on top. Like it's made to be broken into four pieces, maybe. Um, it's kind of like a Greek looking E. Maybe it's an epsilon. I don't know. Really, I don't. Well, the Kim sold. I'm gonna have to package that thing up. That'll be a pain in the ass. It won't be that much of a pain in the ass. It's fine. Drafts. Where's the TIAC? There it is. Supposedly this is just have to look it over and publish it, and otherwise it's ready to go. All right, well, that's fine. I'll just go ahead and publish it, I guess. Wait, is that right, though? Yeah, I guess that's about right. 12 pounds? 20 by 12 by 12? You know what? I say close enough. I do. Because I haven't got time for the pain. Not anymore. I've got too many important things going on. Go with that one. All right. That's fine. You know what? Fine. I just published this, and that's good enough. I gotta get all the heavy stuff listed. Big stuff, heavy stuff. I gotta get it listed because you know I don't want to take it with me, obviously. Oh, I don't need to push copy. Can you please look in the Claude eBay folder and catch yourself up with the handoff document, please? Done. Epic Pharma. Yeah, it is called Epic Pharma. You're right about that. Can we go to Bootjack and get coffee and pastries? Well, yeah, but we're gonna have to go pretty quick because I don't know what time Bootjack closes. Can I just make a pot of coffee? I don't. I'm not super feeling driving to Bootjack right now. Kind of spent from all that hill mowing. Yeah, it's Sunday. Okay. I've attached two pictures. One of them shows that the TEAC listing is now live. I would like you to check it and make sure the description and condition box are accurate. The second one has sold. I'd like you to update the inventory or notes or what have you for both of these items, noting the change in status. Okay, that one, and then awaiting shipment. Yes, there is awaiting shipment. This one. It has not shipped. I need to buy the fucking shipping label. Oh my God, what's going on here? View order details. Yet another label. There we go. Buy shipping label. Wait, did I already buy a shipping label? I'm not sure what's going on here. Let me look at my email. I think they send you a shipping label in the email when you order it. Yeah, here it is. Okay. What? I guess I shipped this one USPS. Well, that's fine. That was $5. All right. There we go. I'm glad I didn't buy it again. Okay. Shit. All right, this one is the one I need to show. That's cool. I just listed that today, and it's already sold.
Nice. Good work.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Put that here. Ciao. Send. Okay. Now go to the live stream. Hi, Dallas. How are you? So, Blue Jack closes at 9. I think we might be able to make it there before 9, but they're probably not going to have coffee.
If you want to go, then I don't want to go.
Well, I don't want to go right now, but I might feel differently in like an hour.
Okay.
Maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
Let's find out. But I want you to know, darling. Dot dot dash 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 dot dash dash dot dot dot.
And what does that mean?
Means I love you.
Oh, thanks.
In Morse code. This is how you say SOS, wait, never mind, I'm fine. Right. I am an absolute expert at Morse code. When I was a child, for a number of years, my parents would only speak to me in dots and dashes, so that I became fluent in Morse code. Dash dash dot dot dash dash dot dot dash dash dot 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 dash. This is how you sing that song in Morse code. Dot dot dash dot dash dash dot dot dash dot. Dot dot dash dot 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 dash dot 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 dash 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 dot. All right, so I know you're here because you want to learn how to make coffee. Well, I'm here to teach you how.
Yay!
Thank you, thank you. First, you're gonna pour the water. The water is gonna go in this part over here. Don't put it here. That's the job of the coffee drip maker. Drip coffee maker. Now, you have to throw out the old coffee before you put in new coffee. Otherwise, you're just fooling yourself with lies. Alright, so we've emptied out the coffee. Then we're going to put it right here with our pudding hand. And we're going to get a coffee filter. One of these guys here. I accidentally got two. Peel one away. Put that there. Then we're going to select a kind of coffee. You have a preference, Rachel?
No, I'd like to be surprised.
Right. We're going with this surprise here. That's about right. You gotta pour just the right amount of grounds, or else too strong or too weak. Coffee like fentanyl. You have to do just the right amount.
This is not. I'm not advocating.
It's just a joke.
I know.
Obviously, nobody should do fentanyl because it's so easy to overdose on. Rachel would like some pastries with her coffee. Do you have any cinnamon? You make cinnamon sugar. I mean, the thing is, in theory, I can make a lot of things. In theory. But, hi Jonathan Carpenter, how you doing? Oh yeah, shipping labels. Shipping labels and skipping cables. What sold today? I will show you what sold today. Would you like to see? I wrote Keenum on there so I won't couldn't conceivably get confused about where it goes or something. But I don't have the Keenum actually packed up in a box yet. So, if you're one of those people who's like, what's a cume? Cume. What's a cume? Well, a cume is the kind of drive that is for the very first big ass floppy disk. They're like 8 inches or whatever. I like it when things sell fast. Yeah, show us what the cume is. This is a cume, okay? It's a big floppy disk drive that takes the biggest kind of floppy disks. And you can see it says cume here on the underside of it. You'll see this like card or motherboard or whatever it is, and everything else that it has to show you. Oh, that's heavy. I kind of wish I hadn't taken an axe and I just gotta put it back in the bag and pour it back on the side. That one. Okay, now we gotta put it back in the styrofoam. Like so. Okay. Then we'll put this part on top. Like so. It doesn't really push down very far. But that's okay. It pushes down. Actually, it pushes down pretty far. But not all the way. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to pack this up. Then first thing I need to get a box that's the right size. What's the right size box? Well, your mom's a little too cavernous. But I wonder if this box is not long enough. This box is not long enough. Well, I'll probably have to make a box. Like, what do I look like? I got every size of box? No. I've had to make a number of boxes. It's a pain in the ass. Maybe we'll make it together. Maybe we'll have fun doing it. Who knows? Close, motherfucker. What's going on here? Something's in the way, I guess. Oh, it's this. You move me like no other lover. Alright, there we go. That's fine. We'll be back out there. Well, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll come in here and make the box and then bring it in after we make the box. I already know what size the box has to be.
Wanna try to find out our feng shui for the new apartment?
I don't really know what the layout of it is. I'm not sure how we're going to feng shui it. Okay, let's see here. So, if one, let's just say hypothetically, if one were to make a box, what do you think the number one thing they'd need to get is? So, do you know the layout of the house? The apartment?
Well, I'm sending you photos right now.
I see. It required a test. I was maybe 12 at the time. The license ID back in the 80s was KA1HEB. Talking about like ham radio or something? Morse code? That is an authentic Morse code thing. Well, I've got a bunch of ham radio stuff here, Dulles, actually. All right, so this box, it needs to be 22 by 15 by 11. So let me get some pieces of cardboard. Meow. Meow. You're a real Meowsington's Mackenzie. Okay, 22 by 15 by 11. That's the size of the box we need to make. Let me. That's not going to be long enough. Should I just get a big box and then start with that? Let me just start with this box, I guess. Okay. We need to turn this box into a box that's 22 by 15 by 11. This is 18 by 18 by 24. The 24 might be okay, but the 18 and the 18 are too big. Hello, my precious princess.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fine.
I emailed what I meant.
Okay, you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, let's see. You mind?
No.
I think it could be fun.
Let's check it
Is
out.
that dangerous?
Feng Shui?
No, like just like we don't have to show the pictures, I guess.
Oh, it's not dangerous. I'm not worried about that. No, kitty. So they're just overhead shots.
Yeah, basically.
Looks like a house.
But like, feng shui takes into consideration like direction.
Okay.
I wonder if we could use quad.
Sure. You could probably.
And then
You probably
if you
just.
scroll down, you can see like the layout. Like,
Could use Gemini for this probably.
True, yeah, you can definitely get better pictures than what I'm sending you. This is from my phone, so.
Well, let me put Gemini up over here. You want to mute that for a second? So I was going to say what our address is today.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. How do I...
He says that the address you provide falls within the 1, 2, 3, 2.
No.
Alright, well, that's fucking Gemini for you.
Oh, it's 11010.
Oh, okay. The zip code is 1010.
1010.
Oh, God. Sorry, the zip code is 11010. Is that right? Well, you can see an overhead shot of the house, and you can see which alignment it is in. It would seem to be facing west, right?
That's what I got.
West or southwest. You can at
It's
least do
either
a
west
little bit of something.
Yeah. Send it to the pictures or like try to take. You could take screenshots.
Let it do a little work. I mean,
Okay,
for fuck's
okay,
sake, what are you
okay,
being so
I
lazy
agree.
for, Gemini?
Okay, you are right.
You can push talk out loud if you want. Okay, so this needs to be 22 by 15 by 11.
This is what it's generally towards the west southwest, but which is it? West or southwest?
11.
I think it's a dick. It's not really being. It's not. It's being like meh meh meh. Feng shui is.
Okay, well, it's kind of saying the same thing I was saying, which is we can't really know about it because we can't look at it in person, you know? It's kind of hard to know enough about it to feng shui if we
I
don't.
know that you can get like. I know that if east is west, whatever. We won't know until we actually get there.
Yeah. Okay, so 22. I feel like I'm doing a social studies project in school. Trying to like draw straight lines and stuff. Alright. So now I need a straight edge. Or actual like ruler would be fine, but let me go get that very fine tape measure that I have outside here. Alright. This should be a fine straight edge. You know, they always say a found tape measure is sweeter than a purchased one. And based on the sweetness of this tape measure, I'd say they are not wrong. You know what? Be smart, Eric. Look at this. Look at this idea. Lay it down and it becomes a lot easier, doesn't it? Yes, it does. A lot easier. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, so that's 22. This way. I'll put little arrows up on this line to show. Okay. Now it needs to be, so it's 22 high. it needs to be 15 this way. So we're going to push this to here about. And we're going to hit this with our best shot. Fire away. That's a bit better. Okay, now alright, I have 3 dots, that's all I have. 3 dots is fine. Right, like that. Okay. And we just go like so. Alright, now we need to change to depth. So that means how far from this side. This one should be 11. So, okay, 11 going this way. Eleven. 11. 11. 11. Now, we'll make it a line. Put this on the dots, like so. And then, pyow. Oh. Okay. Boy, this is such a good tape measure. Alright, now that we've done that. We need to cut the box to the appropriate size. So I think I'm gonna need to do the depth on more than one. I need to draw the depth on more than one side. So that means I will once again, that's 11 that way, but it's only 7 1/4 this way. I'll just do it this way so I don't have to deal with any quarters. Okay. Eleven. 11. 11. 11. Those ones were wrong because I didn't have it flush. Now it's flush. 11. 11. Now let's try to make the line. And there we go. Okay. Now, it's time to do some cutting. Time to do some cutting. I'm sorry, were you denied the visibility that you needed to see the box? Watching somebody turn a box around and stuff, this is the kind of excitement that most live streams don't offer. They're like, no, bro, boxes are too dangerous. Okay, so we're going to get rid of this piece here, so it's still a good idea to try to preserve the cardboard, I guess. Oh, that's fine, not a big deal. Now we're going to try like this. That's fine. Just do it the old-fashioned way. With a snip here and a snip there. All right, let's try this then. I'm sure there's a much more efficient way to make a box. I need a box cutter. That would help, right? I have a box cutter, but I don't have it in my hand right now. I could go get it, and it might make things easier. Maybe after I finish this side. There we go. Alright, so that side's cut. I'm going to have to cut this side too. Okay, well, I'm not loving this cutting approach, but what is a man to do? Alright, so it's going to be 11 from this side. We'll do it on this side too. Eleven. 11. Okay. Now, I'm going to connect this like so. All right, that seems good. I could go a little further here. Okay. Now, what's the fastest way to cut through this box? Well, based on the name, you might say box cutter. I agree with you that that has the name that is most associated with cutting boxes. You have a 6 a.m. interview with a European executive. Ooh la la. How many ping pong balls would fill the 747? Of course I'd answer. I'd say, well, probably 500 a seat. So, how many seats are on a 747? Let's say 300 seats, maybe? I'm not sure how big a 747. If it's 300 seats, then I'm going to go 300 times 500. 300 times 10 is 3,000. 300 times 100 is 30,000. 300 times 500 is 150,000. No. Yes. 150,000. I'm going to say 150,000 ping pong balls. What did I come out here to do? Oh, right, get the box cutter. I'm not going to be able to do that because I don't have the garage door open. All right. Here we go. Box cutter. Made for cutting box. I don't remember how to do it. I never remember how to do it. There's a way to get into this to put a new razor blade. But that's fine. I'll use this old razor blade and hopefully it'll have enough cut left in it. Alright, so let's give it a try. Let's see if using the proper tool helps. Hey, Ruben R. Wow, look at that. Now we're really accomplishing something. Now I just need to cut it. There's two other dimensions here. Got that part. Now we're going to need to get on this side too. And the way to do that, of course, is to use this measuring tape. So instead of all the way up there, it's only supposed to go 22. Alright, now draw this line. Good. Good. This one, I think we might cut with the scissors. No, it's definitely harder to cut with scissors. Okay. Now we just have one more side to go. Cut that piece off. And then we need to get a line here. So we've already got it nice and right there. I think it's going to be fine. So a little low on that end. There we go. That's good. Okay. Obviously, it's not going to be necessarily quite as perfect as if I had measured multiple times like I've done on the other ones, but that's fine. Alright, so here's our box. And as you see, it doesn't have a top or a front. That's okay, we'll have to make that. So, when it comes to the front, I think what I would do, go like this, and then like this. That's a pretty good plan. That is a pretty good plan, as you can see. All right. So one of the number one ingredients in box making is packing tape. You can't make a box omelet without burning through a few rolls of packing tape eggs. Don't worry, I've got multiple rolls. I bought like jumbo multi-pack of them because I go through so much packing tape these days. Come on! There's a little on the bottom of it here too. And then I get this side here. All right, follows. There we go. Okay. Then we'll get the bottom here. Like so. Sure. Do the same over here. tell you why. It's because I'm keeping my baby. That's why. You might say, Eric, that seems a little. Don't worry, I'm gonna have sturdier nerves. Sturdier nerves. Things that sturdy things. Okay, here's the sturdy inner, right there, doing its fine work. Sturdying things. All right, so for this one, we're going to start up here. All the way down here. All the way down. Right? Then we go sideways as follows. Start in here. Go around here. Go all the way around here. And we're going to get this one too. Okay. Then we need to get this corner here. This may be a little tall right here. Alright, that's a little bit better. I'm going to put some tape here, like so. And let me put some here, as per, yeah. Now, we'll go here. And we'll go here. Go like this. That side covered. Okay. Now we need to go along here. So we'll start on the inside of here. So come along here like so. And do a couple of crossbars. Get a little bit more. Here too. Okay. That is looking pretty darn good. We're gonna need a lid. Is that what you're saying? You're not wrong. We are gonna need a lid. But oh ho ho, what a merry old lad is he. Look at that, you guys. Just look at that. Now it is true that I'm going to have to cut 2 inches off of this. And that's fine. I can do that easily enough. We're going to cut 2 inches off of this, so this is going to be 22 inches as well. God damn it. That's fine. Alright. Getting pretty good at this stuff. I don't think I'm going to cut the whole 2 inches off though, because I'm going to leave a little flap here. In fact, let me just leave that as is, cut it off here. Cut it off here. And then cut this off. And that can be a flap. And alright, well that's fine. This will be fine. Okay, so we have a lid. And now we just need to get the thing. Let's go get the cam and we'll bring it back in here. Near my cam. You probably think you have to do the cam. Get the camera and close the door. Alright. So how are we gonna deal with this? Well, let's see how well fitted our box is. That's pretty good. It's a little big, a little wide. But I think these are the specs I put on the listing, so it doesn't really matter. Wide or not, that's what they paid for shipping. So if I'm right, then this thing should be how wide across? Should be 15. It's a little bigger than 15. Oh, it's a lot bigger than 15. It's 22. It's 11, but it's a lot wider than 15. I'm going to have to squeeze her in a bit. Like that. Alright, well that's fine. You know, sometimes I may have to pay a little bit of extra shipping because I didn't quite get the exact yarns right. Normally, I like to try to pack it up before I list it, but it's better to list it and then pack it because I can get a bunch of listings up and not have to be slowed down by packing every one of them up before I list it. Alright, so we're going to get some bubble wrap, but we're going to get some other stuff too. We'll use as like just packing material. Well, maybe not that one. Oh, I'm gonna harder to peel after that. There we go. Jesus Christ, come on. God. Alright. Let's go get them, guys. Let's go get them. So, the important thing to do here is provide padding, even though it's already in a big styrofoam box. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to put these things down here. To provide a little pad. Right, next I'm going to put some bubble wrap around it. Oh, you're looking. Here we go. Now, I'm going to get some of this. I'm going to put it around here. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit more tape to take this bubble wrap down. But I have, of course, lost the tape. Because that's what one does with it. Well, that's okay. I'll get a new tape. Alright, so first we get this tape. Here. And then we're going to get another piece of bubble wrap, and we'll go the other direction this time. I should use the pink one. It's wider. Like, we could save a little bubble wrap by doing the following. You know, first of all, it took me a long time to realize bubble wrap has a seam on it where you can just rip it a piece off. But if you don't rip it at the seam, it won't rip right off. Did you guys know that? I had no idea. So, as you see, eBaying absolutely is a good bit of work. But I feel pleased that I'm like doing a good job of converting resources rather than being careless about money or something, you know? Makes me feel good. So I'm gonna turn on its side briefly. We're going to just, yeah, like so. Okay. And then we will, yeah, like so. There we go. And we will, yeah, like so. And we will, yeah, like so. Okay. Now, yeah, like so over here as well, on this side. There we go. And now we got one more piece to go. That's going to be over here on this side. Attach that like so. A little heavy onto that side, but that's okay. There we go. Attach this here as well. There we go. Now, going on now. The other side, put it, tuck it under. Get this here like so. That side like that. And I'll turn it this way. And we'll get the bottom here. All right, that's it. The last bit. Doesn't need that much bubble wrap because it's already in the styrofoam protection. Put this in here. Right, now we're going to put some paper here. too. And I guess I am going to have to cut this box a little bit shorter. That's fine, I guess. I don't want to, but... Oh, actually I could do it with... Well, I should. I don't have to pay more than shipping. I don't really want to cut it any smaller. So on this side, over here, over there, put a little bit of cardboard here too. Okay, this piece here. Well, how big is this across? 18? I said it was 15. Well, TFP. I have to pay a little bit of extra shipping, so yeah, so it goes. Alright, now for this lid, I'm going to try to get some tape going here. And we're going to get this folded over nice and good for extra sturdiness. Oh God. Alright, that's fine, we'll get this working. It's gonna take a little doing, that's all. Okay. 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 Well, that's doing pretty good. Well, let's turn it this way so we can get it like this. not the perfect box. I suppose you guys are all expert box makers. It's good enough, that's what I say. It's time now for it to get its special packing label. Shipping label. Put it right on there. This is the top of it. Pew. That's one piece of tape. Pew. That's two. Yeah, that's three. One more piece of tape. And then it's secured. Actually, I'll do one on the end here. Yeah. Boom. Done. I did it. I'm glad I didn't wait till tomorrow to do this. Your box is too big, mister. You said it's gonna be 3 inches shorter. Oh, that doesn't fit. Okay. Whoa. Shoot me in the face and call me Tuesday.
Good job.
Thanks. I try. Now it's time for a cigarillo, some glasses, a little chat. All the things that make life special and meaningful. Cut that box. I did. Hi, cautious muse. What's in the box? A cume. Q-U-M-E. Cume. It is a brand of disk drive from a long time ago. It's an 8-inch floppy, which, and if you know anything about floppy disks, you know it's the very first generation of floppy disks. Sweaty work. Sweaty work indeed. Oh. All right. Well, we're making some serious progress. We're being so bold. We're getting stuff sold. And everyone around us is growing old. I need a lighter. I'll be right back with a lighter. Oh, I gotta say, I've become a pretty good eBayer. Making boxes is always a pain in the ass, but when you have things that are in a regular size, it's just one of the things that's gonna happen. You saw Daniel Berry Sports highlights in another stream yesterday? Well, I don't think he really does. Yeah, I am a real boxman. I was leader of the Boxman Empire for, what, 4.5 centuries? Jared? Is that Jared? He told me to watch out for his house because he was going out of town. But I think that was Saturday night. I think he's back. That must be Jared. He went to Jared. Ooh. I think Rachel would like to get out of the house. I think I'll maybe wrap this up and take her out to dinner or something. Yeah, it's Jared and Kay. What if Jared has a weed whacker? That would save me a lot of energy and some time too. If I could use a weed whacker if you have one. I want to use an electric weed whacker, but I could use a gas-powered one if that's what he's got. Let me tell you, trying to mow the side of this hill. I don't know how steep it looks in the camera. Cameras have a hard time picking up steepness, I've noticed, in other people's videos as well as my own. But it's actually quite steep. And some parts of it are extra steep. I mean, you're trying to push the lawnmower up or push it down. Because if you're trying to push it down the hill, then you got to be pulling back on it the whole time because it wants to run down the hill. And I had to really just wrestle with it the whole time. It was exhausting. I threw a bunch of rocks down the hill too, which is something that needed to be done. We're really coming up on the finish line. It's crazy. I think he maybe pops in a lot of streams and says hi, hoping that it'll give his channel algorithm views. Maybe we should ask him. I wouldn't know how to word that, especially given I don't know if he's acknowledged me more than once or less before. Yeah, it was. But it was wonderful. It was a great workout. It made me feel a lot better. Made me feel like I cleared out a bunch of accumulated sedentary body stuff. So that's nice. Yeah. It is 8 o'clock already on a Sunday night, but I wonder what time NoHo closes. What time does the NoHo diner at Chuchansky close? Could anybody Google that for me? Probably closes at like 11 or at least 10, even though it's Sunday. Yeah, well, when I got in the shower, it was one of those times where you're already so overheated, you actually want your shower to be colder. Normally, I like my shower very hot, which is also how I like my sun. I don't like stars that are just mildly hot. Yeah. It felt like a glorious redemption arc. Rachel and I have been watching a lot of MCU movies. We watched Ant-Man the other day, and neither I nor Rachel had ever seen it, and neither I nor Rachel had any idea that it had any ants in it. I just assumed Ant-Man because he could shrink to the size of an ant, right? I didn't think he actually controlled ants, but he does. And it turns out they're loyal, brave, and effective. Not Deuce's Diner, though, Ruben. NoHo. NoHo Cafe. Because it's like a Denny-style diner, right? Whereas the thing that they call a diner at the casino is actually like a 50s style soda fountain place. Um, but I guess it's called NoHo Cafe. Yeah, no hoes are allowed there. You should play Grounded. Is that a video game where you get in trouble and you have to stay in your room all day? Seems pretty boring. You got grounded. Oh. You had your TV taken away. You better shape up, little mister, or you're going to lose your video games next. But I don't want to shape up. Just do your homework. What a terrible game. How Grounded is like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Oh, really? That seems kind of fun. I'm the size of an ant. I'm just the size of a very large ant. You know, Paul Rudd was one of the writers of Ant-Man. I was kind of surprised to see that. Well, you know what I loved more than anything when I was about 18 to, I don't know, 18 to 20, somewhere in there? I was obsessed with SimCity 2000. I played the living fuck out of that game. Making my cities, zoning things, running water between houses. Yeah, NoHo Cafe at the casino. Let's see if Rachel wants to get out of the house. It kind of seems like she does. Oh, my coffee's right there. That's what I came out here for in the first place. Probably I should drink water. I certainly sweat out a lot of it when I was working in the yard. Is Paul Rudd married? He's married to the theater, okay? You know what I think was one of the best movies of all time? Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder was so brilliant, so well done. I will look it up myself, everybody. So are you still wanting to get out of the house?
It's up to you.
Well, what I'm trying to find out is if you want to or not.
I'll give you something sweet, but if you don't feel like driving, then it's not a big deal.
No, I was thinking, if you feel like it, we could go to, oh, it's 11 p.m. We could go to NoHo Cafe at the casino if you feel like it.
Oh,
What do you think?
that sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds kind of fun to me too. Thanks for looking it up, Ruben. You're a real winner in the game of life. Let's see what I asked him to do. Okay, looking at TIAC. Mm-hmm. Okay. Can it fix it or just determine what's wrong with it? Is the bottom bay a tape drive of the power supply? I have no fucking idea, bro. God damn it. You told me that this one was ready to go live, but I looked at it since it was live. I was like, this seems like Gemini wrote it. How am I supposed to know that stuff? Okay, can you go onto eBay and fix all the parts that you can fix? If there's anything else to fix, and I'll go look at the brown computer tower out there and try to figure out what you want. Are you sure the answer is not in any of the existing pictures? It's like, come on, bro. This is the problem, though. It's like I'm still trying to process through old listings that I took down that Gemini wrote, and I need to always make sure that he double checks it before I go live because Gemini was wrong, 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 wrong. Gemini had a case of the wrongs. He had a bad case of the wrongs. Maybe you're detecting a zest I'm not. What kind of zest? Zest fully clean? Is that what you're talking about? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. So I decided to end that song at 1 minute 30 seconds, have it just be instrumental like that. I think it's pretty darn good, really. I got the missing clavs in thanks to Claude synthesizing them. Claude didn't successfully put them where they're supposed to go exactly. I had to do a lot of moving them around, but he did get the notes right. So that counts for something.
Yeah, that does.
And then I had this laptop over here I thought I wanted to make an animation of a stick figure dancing to that song. And so I had this Claude over here do that. Maybe dump the last ascending notes at the end. Well, I think I definitely want to get rid of the one remaining like bass drum hit. So you think it's just end right here? Let's see. Yeah, I agree with you completely. You are 1,000,000% correct, Ruben. 1,000,000%. That's as big a percentage correctness as you can get. That's fully correct. Yeah, that's great. That's a perfect ending. A perfect ending to a perfect day. I also wrote some lyrics for the Can't Believe the Meow Meow song. I'll put them up on the screen so you can see the lyrics. Tell me what you think. You can't forget the future. It hasn't happened yet. And neither nature nor nurture understands Antoinette. She don't lament her adventures. She's immune to regret. She's gotta jump on the present. She already left. By the time you catch her, she'll be way down the road. You think you'll try to text her, but she's using Morse code. Dash dot dot dash dot dash dot were the words that she said. Meant something super important, but it went right over your head. Let's go. Dot dash dot 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 dash dash dot dot dash dot dash dot dot dash dot dash dot dot dash dot dash dot dash dot dot dash. Turn you around again. There. As your doctor, I prescribe this song to relieve your constipation. Okay, well, I guess that's why I'm pooping so much. In '83, it was all new. What was all new? You try to text her, but she's using Morse code. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. That song is not hip hop. I think it's pretty good lyrics. I typically struggle a lot with lyrics. I'm pretty pleased with those ones. It's odd, perhaps counterintuitive, but not. It makes sense to me for some reason that even though maybe because I'm very good with words, I'm not good at lyrics in general. Because lyrics are not meant to be wordy. You know, nobody wants a bunch of wordiness in their lyrics. All right, so you want to leave here by, let's say, 8:25? It's 8:10 right now.
Okay.
Are you going to need to get ready?
Yeah.
Do you need more time than that?
No.
Okay, 8:25 it is, 15 minutes from now. Yeah, well, lament in that instance, like lament in general, you might say, is probably too fancy a word for lyrics. But in that instance, I had to get the syllables had to go right, you know. She don't lament her adventure. She don't regret. I guess you could say regret, but I think I used regret in another line. Where are you going? Oh, we're gonna go out to get some food. We're gonna go out to get some food. It is a little on the late side of going out, but yeah, well, the word lament does suggest a tone or a mood. It certainly is powerfully evocative of a specific mood, the term. But this song doesn't have that mood. Because she's not lamenting anything. She don't lament her adventures. She's immune to regret. She's got to jump on the present. And then the original line there was, looks like she already left, which I thought was a nice kind of play on words. Not really play on words, but, evocative of the expression, look before you leap. But then I decided, no, let's go a little simpler and just go, and she already left. I think that works a little bit better. Reminds me when Drake from Drake and Josh rhymes orange with door hinge. Well, they do rhyme.
Do you remember what my gray cardigan is? Have you seen it?
Gray cardigan, is it right there?
Oh yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Drake and Josh. Boy, those two were the best of friends. Always getting up to fun hijinks and antics. Hilarity was always ensuing. Been enjoying Josh Peck's comeback. Never watched Drake and Josh though. I didn't know he was having a comeback. In what medium is he coming back? Let's see. Josh Peck never truly left the spotlight, but he has experienced a continued career resurgence, transitioning from nostalgic child star into mature actor, podcaster, and self-proclaimed king of the reboot. Through notable roles in How I Met Your Father, iCarly, and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. He was in Oppenheimer? Well, good for him. Good for him. Some people say he's the next Paul Rudd. Oh, that sounds super annoying, Ruben. I can't imagine watching such content. That sounds horrible. Will I be taking you with us? We can't take you with us because we don't have any bars on the way out of here. So, people hate it, huh? So why is he doing it? Do they watch it anyway, even though they hate it? Do they hate watch it? It sounds like absolutely miserable, like, annoying children stuff. The storm knocked out my power. Can you help? I can. That's the sound of the electricity. What about lamentations? No lamentation tonight. We're not lamenting anything. I'm feeling a little spent from a day full of efforts, but people watch it because it comes up on their feed on Facebook. Why does it come up on their feed on Facebook? Because Facebook's determined they like watching terrible things. I think I'm going to get a non-coffee beverage because I'm still feeling pretty thirsty. Oh, that's right. I have my grapefruit juice here. I was also thinking I should probably get some salt. How long did the shrooms have you zooted the other night? I don't even know what you're talking about. Shrooms always last about the same amount of time, about 5.5 hours. But it's a fairly mild trip, really. Felt pretty normal. Yeah, I did. It's one of the one of the absolute healthiest things I do is take mushrooms about once a week, once every 2 weeks, depending on a variety of things. But um, it's really wonderfully good for me. Helps me to have fun in ways that sometimes escape me with all of the practicalities I'm dealing with and all the adult stuff. Mushrooms are really good for my mental health. I think they're good for my physical health too. Yeah, that didn't happen. Hi Rob, how you doing? Hi Sean's ghost. That's true, my nose did not run a great deal on this last trip. Um, I think in general, when I'm pretty slept up, I get fewer of the bad SI effects from mushrooms. And if it's later in the bottle of Adderall, then I get worse of the SI effects. So it was nice to not have those SI effects. I really had a great time playing "Who Loves You, Baby." I thought I did a great rendition of it. Where is it? Let me find it. There it is. Exactly where you hoped it would be. Who loves you, baby? That's the question that I wanna know. Who loves you, baby? Who loves you, baby? Who loves you, baby? I think you need to know. It's Teddy Savalas. He's the one who loves you. He loves you, baby. His name is Teddy Savalas. TELLYSAVALSSS. That spells the Teddy Savalas. Who loves you, baby? What, you have forgotten the answer already? I'm surprised about that, 'cause I just told you who loves you, baby. That's right, it's Teddy Savalas. And you can take that to the bank. When you're feeling alone, lost, without a friend in the world, remember, Telly Savalas loves you. Who loves you, baby? Wasn't my best rendition. I must say, the other day on Mushrooms, that was a great rendition of it. Because it's a weird song. It has, like, it is what it is, but it's a song that I don't have any recording of, the vocals or anything. I just have my regular playing it live, and it always comes out somewhat different. I'm not sure if I have any other songs like that, really. It was the case for Piñatas, Sombreros, but then I recorded that. That's a good song. I like it a lot. Piñatas, Sombreros. Piñatas, Sombreros. 5 pesos each to ride the burro. I'm gonna go and ride the burro. Tequila, and churros. Fiesta time and beach will come. Fiesta time and beach will come right now. We'll drink margaritas as we keep some fun. I'll meet my new amigas, Maria and Juan. Piñatas, piñatas, sombreros, sombreros. 5 pesos each to ride the burro. 5 pesos each to ride my burro. Tequila, tequila, churros, and churros. Fiesta time and peace will come. Fiesta time and peace will come. It's a great song. It's a wonderful song. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. That's fine. I could do that. That's a fine thing to do. We're gonna be going soon anyway. Kind of looking forward to getting some delicious food at NoHo. I think what I'm gonna get there is one of their delicious big salads. I'm in the mood for a salad. I'm in the mood for some lettuce, some maybe some shredded carrots in there. Thank you, Ruben R. You're a wonderful man. Do you believe your musical roots are traceable back to Beck? I mean, Beck had some influence on me, I suppose. I have a lot of influences. My most formative influence is probably the Beatles. Beck would never write a song like Piñatas, Sombreros. That's not very Beck-esque at all. You might say, I guess maybe Who Loves You Baby is kind of Beck-esque. I don't know. Beck's really good. I'm not interested in being derivative of anybody. But I also don't think I can pull off what Beck does, Beck has very successfully used extroverted intuition in music, in the service of introverted intuition, which is hard to do, very hard to do. They Might Be Giants were a big influence on me as well. They were like early influences, but Billy Bragg, Squeeze, the Ramones. I'd say all those bands are influences. The Cars. Well, I packed up that stuff. Close the garage door now. I'm looking forward to a big salad. Another lovely evening. You know what's crazy is I have not heard the neighbors across the street hardly at all lately. In quite a while. They used to be so loud all the time. I wonder if they're on vacation or something. Hmm. You know, the fear is mostly gone about this move here. Like, couple of bats flying around. When I started the move process, I had plenty of anxiety about all the stuff I had to do, whether it was up to the challenge. Although I felt like I was, I also know my history of having, you know, a lot of enthusiasm the first few days of the Adderall bottle. But it's not been like that at all. I've been super on top of everything. I feel totally capable of doing this stuff regardless of whether I have Adderall. It's weird. It's wonderful though. I'm excited about being able to direct my attention towards work I want to do rather than work I have to do. But it's satisfying directing it towards work I have to do in the interim. I'm sure there are plenty of people arguing for the legalization of morphine. It would be a fantastically good idea because in the status quo, people get addicted to opiates or opioids and they are going to die because they're going to end up with fentanyl. It's like you can't buy street drugs these days apparently without getting a little bit of fentanyl in it. So obviously morphine is a lot safer than fentanyl. Legalizing morphine is not the same thing as saying it's good to be a morphine addict, right? Legalizing morphine is saying even though you're a morphine addict, you shouldn't have to take your chances with street drugs. You might think, well, if it's legal, then a lot of new people are going to try it out and become addicted to morphine. I don't really think so. But maybe somewhat, a little bit. Okay. You about ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm about ready too. So, what time is it? Day 30. All right. Well, we're going to see you all later. Thanks so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate your being here. Let me answer this question real quick before we go, Casey Johns. My opinion on postmodernism. Well, I mean, postmodernism is a pretty mushy term, but generally when people use it, they're talking about people who are trying to do some sort of pseudo philosophy where they say the intellectual gains of modernism were just a phase or something. And of course, that's not the case at all. The reason they're able to be so wrong and so vigorous in their engagement with their wrongness is because modernist principles protect their rights, rights that they then say don't matter and shouldn't be paramount in any discussion because, after all, they want some entitlements for somebody. Well, obviously, if you think of Foucault as a postmodernist, then postmodernists are the devil. If you think of Zizek as a postmodernist, then postmodernists are the devil. If you think of me as a postmodernist, well, then postmodernists are fantastic. I don't think of myself as a postmodernist, though, I gotta tell you. I think you missed the boat there. See y'all later. Have a good one.